everyone, I'm Beth with Bodies by Pilates. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be doing a Abs Express class. We will have 10 exercises. We will do each exercise for 1 minute, which will equal 10 minutes per round, and we're going to do 2 rounds. So after our first 10 minutes, we'll take a minute break, stretch a little bit, and then get into our second set of exercises. So today, we'll be using a prop. I'll be using my Pilates ball. Other things that can substitute for a Pilates ball if you don't have one is a rolled up towel, a small sort of decorative pillow, or even a roll of paper towels. We're going to use it today in a couple of different ways, and at one point we'll put it right behind our tailbone to use it as a little bit of a tactile cue and to protect our low lumbar spine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down onto our mat. So we are going to put the ball right at one end of our mat. For our first exercise, we're going to be using it as just a prop to go up and over for our up and overs, basically. So I'm going to get the timer started, but what I want you to do is to sit yourself right in the middle of your mat, lift your chest up, and then go ahead and point your fingertips in towards your glutes, okay? So that first move is going to be an up and over that ball. We're gonna do that for 1 minute. All right, and then I will prompt you for all of our other exercises. So I'm gonna get the timer started, and we're gonna start right now. So you're gonna go up and over. You crunch in as you pull those legs over your prop. Remember, the belly button is pulling in towards the spine to protect that spine. Exhale as you contract those knees in towards your chest, and inhale as you reach them long. The fingertips are pointing in towards the glutes, and those elbows bend as you reach long. We've got about 25 seconds more. In 20 seconds, we're going to take our prop and put it in between our ankles for our double toe taps. So we're going to lie back on our backs, keeping that back imprinted on our mat. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that prop, place it right between those ankles, lower yourself all the way down. Take those legs into tabletop. Since our feet are off the mat, we need to make sure that back is imprinted. We're going to lower those toes towards the mat and then bring them right back up. Good. Lower them down and right back up. Now remember, if you're having trouble keeping that back on the mat, you just don't go down as far. Your range of motion is saying, nope, not ready for that yet. So you want to keep those abs from doming out. You've got it. Keep that back flat. Pull that belly button to your spine. Try to keep those shoulders from rolling forward. We've got 10 more seconds. We're going to take our feet up towards the ceiling. We're going to keep the ball connected on one side. And we're going to lower and lift that other leg. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We take that ball. We connect it to one foot. We lower and lift that other leg. So our head, neck, and shoulders are off the mat right now. You've got it. Use that breath. Those low, deep, transverse abs are keeping that leg from just flopping onto our mat. We've got 5 more seconds, and then we're going to switch this to the other leg. In 3, 2, 1. We switch down and up. So your legs don't have to be perfectly straight if you're having trouble keeping them up towards the ceiling. Just keep that head, neck, and shoulders up. You've got it. 15 more seconds here. Then we're going to lift ourselves up onto our sits bones. We're going to put this ball behind our back and start a Russian twist. In 3, 2, 1. We lower those legs. We wedge this ball right between our low lumbar spine and the mat. We hinge off those sits bones, and then we're going to rotate side to side. So the chest is lifted, but the abs are pulling in. Good, we're rotating. Try to keep those legs quiet. Just get the rotation going through the core. You've got it. Lift up through the chest. Pull the belly button in. You're only hinged back as far as you need to before you feel those abs engage. So maybe it's just an inch or two. You don't have to go way low by any means. In 10 seconds, we're going to switch this up to our reach backs. So we're going to reach back, alternating side to side. In 4, 3, 2, 1. We reach it back and lift. And back and lift. You've got it. Use those abs. So now we've got those obliques engaged as we rotate the spine on that reach back. That ball is there to protect our low spine. Use that breath. You got it. About 30 seconds left to go. This is a hard one. Keep reaching. Open up those collarbones. Rotate that spine. We've got 15 more seconds. And then we're going to hold it slightly hinged back, which is called an earthquake. And we're going to pulse it forward an inch and back an inch. In 4, 3, 2, 1. We come up. We can adjust that ball so it's right behind that tailbone. We're going to hinge it back. Pull the abs in. Pull the shoulder blades back. Up an inch and back an inch. Up and back. You got that. Excellent. This is our 6th move. Up an inch and down an inch. So try not to rock up and back, but to physically move, 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 move. You've got it. Feel those abs contract. Pull them in. Make sure they're not doming out. That's pushing against the muscle. We want to scoop those abs in, pulling the belly button to the spine. Lift up through the chest. Pull the shoulder blades back. You've got it. Keep the feet heavy on the mat. 10 more seconds. We're going to ditch the ball. Lie back on our mat for a basic crunch. Almost like an active recovery move. Coming in 4, 3, 2, 1. We take that ball out. Legs stay bent. Hands go behind the head. We lift and lower. Lifting and lowering. You have this. Stay strong. Use those abs. I know they're getting tired. Remember, we're not pulling on that neck, but we're lifting from the core. So if you connect with that upper abdominal, you will feel it contract and lift you. And you're not looking at your knees, because then you're going to yank on that neck one more time. You're looking up towards the ceiling. In 15 seconds, this move will switch to a single leg stretch. Now, if your head, neck, and shoulders need a break, you'll keep it on the mat. But remember, your feet are off the mat, so your back has to stay imprinted. We've got 3, 2, 1. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you'll lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Otherwise, they go down. Back stays imprinted. So if the legs need to go a little higher to keep that back flat, then just take them a little higher. I tend to think that it helps to lift my head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Keeps my back imprinted. So I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders and pulling my knee in towards my chest, my belly button to my spine. Got 25 more seconds, and then we're going to move into a dead bug. Legs will go into tabletop, hands will go up towards the ceiling, shoulders will pull back. We're going to lower opposite leg and opposite arm for that dead bug. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come into tabletop, arms come up to the ceiling. Opposite leg, opposite arm. So you have to push that back down
If you're having trouble, just don't take the leg and the arm down as far. Or you can always bring those knees a little closer to the chest. A little bit more of a challenge is to put those knees right over those hips. Keep that breath going. We've got one more move after this. We're going to hold our teaser for 1 minute. But you can do it. Pull those shoulders back. Good. 15 seconds. Teaser comes up. Lots of different options for the teaser. I'll show you a couple. You pick your journey. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We roll ourselves up into our teaser, slightly off those sits bones. So if we're working on the teaser and we can't quite get there, maybe we just hold this hinged position. Or we can always lift one leg. We can always hold on to the backs of our thighs, just lift that chest. You can let go with one arm, you can let go with two. You can take those legs up. Lots of different options here. We've got 30 more seconds. You can do it. This is it. 30 seconds, we get a break. Get in the zone. Use that breath. I know you can do it. 20 more seconds. Use that breath. Don't hold it. Pull those shoulders back. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Stretch it out. Good job, everyone. That was tough. Awesome. Just go ahead and take those knees up towards the ceiling. So bend those legs. Maybe lower the legs or windshield wiper them over to one side. Keep the opposite shoulder down. Just feel that spinal rotation and the stretch through the core. Let that heart rate come down. And then you'll lift those legs using those abs, engage them, and then just lower them to the other side. Keeping the shoulder, the opposite shoulder down. Good job. That was really hard. 10 minutes down, just 10 more minutes to go. And then we'll stretch it out for good. And you'll have completed your Abs Express class for today. All right, so remember, we start with that up and over. We're using our prop just so that we can have some sort of focal point to go over, okay? So you can have a stack of books here, you can have that roll of paper towels, you can have that rolled up towel, whatever works for you. If you don't have a Pilates ball, I'm gonna go ahead and reset our timer, and then we're gonna get started on that last set. So here we go, 1 minute. We're gonna go over and over. So we pull it in and in. Fingertips face your glutes. Chest is lifted, shoulders are pulling back. This is a tough one right out of the gates. It's those low transverse abs. So hard to get to. Problem area for many of us, especially as we get older. Or if we've had children, that's a tough one. Those muscles get weak. We've got 20 more seconds to go here. Crunch it in. 15 more seconds. We're going to place that ball in between the ankles, lie back, and do our double toe tap. In 4, 3, 2, 1. We take that ball, we place it right in between those ankles, and lower ourselves down onto the mat. Knees come up into tabletop, and then we hinge at the hip and bring it right back up. So if you're having trouble, you can always place those hands right under those hips and use it that way. Try and keep that back down on the mat, really push that belly button down. Keeping that back imprinted, so important. Otherwise you're using your back and not your abs. We've got 20 more seconds here. We're gonna grab that ball, take those legs up towards the ceiling. Head, neck, and shoulders are gonna be contracted off of the mat. We're gonna lower and lift that other leg. In 4, 3, 2, 1. We take that ball. We connect it to one leg. We lower and lift the other. Good job. Reach for that ankle. Keep that ball connected or that prop. Transverse abs once again working. Obliques working. If you poke yourself in your side, you'll feel how strong you are. We've got 5 more seconds and we go to the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Lower and lift that other leg. You have it. We're gonna lift ourselves up after this into that Russian twist. So we'll wedge that ball behind our tailbone in 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come on up. We take that ball. We wedge it right back there so that our spine has a little bit of protection. We hinge off of our sits bones just to the point where our abs are engaged, and then we rotate side to side. Think about really rotating through that waistline. If you want to make this more challenging, you can always lift those legs into a boat pose, or you can always have a weight in your hands. That too would make this exercise a little more challenging. In 25 seconds, we're going to start with those reach backs. Remember, you don't have to go back, hinge way back here, because then you're just laying on the ball. You want the ball to sort of lift you. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hinge it back and reach. Come on up. Hinge back, reach, and up. So we rotate as we reach and bring it up. Rotate back and up. Use those abs to bring you up each time. Up onto those sits bones. Then you roll off those sits bones and reach and rotate. Bring those shoulders back. Bring those shoulder blades together. 20 more seconds here. We have our earthquake after this. So we're gonna go back an inch and forward an inch. Keep that breath going. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We take that ball, wedge it in there one more time. We hinge off those sits bones. We go back and forward. Remember, we're not rocking, but we're moving forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Good. Whew, I'm sweating. You got it. Pull those shoulders down. So sometimes we want to go forward and back like this. We have to open up the chest, open up the collarbones, but scoop in the belly. It's hard, but you have to find that connection. That's the thing about Pilates. It's so hard. It makes you work the whole time. This is not a passive exercise. 15 more seconds here. We're going to take that ball out finally. We're going to lie back. Knees are going to be bent. Feet on the mat. We're going to do our basic crunch. Little active recovery. Getting that heart rate to come down in 3, 2, 1. We take that prop out. Lie back, hands behind your head, feet about hip width distance apart. We lift and lower. Blow all that air out on that contraction. And then inhale as you extend back. Remember, we're looking up towards the ceiling, so we're not yanking on that neck. We don't want to pull on it. We don't want to bring it towards the belly. We want to go up, using the core to lift up towards the ceiling. 20 more seconds here, and then we're going to move into that single leg stretch. Remember, if the head, neck, and shoulders need a break, you just keep it on the mat. I'll show you that first modification, and then if you want a little bit more challenge, we'll lift the head, neck, and shoulders. That's coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if we need a break, we take our head down. Single leg stretch. Keep that back imprinted. Just alternating side to side. Shoulders stay back. We use those arms to bring that knee in towards the chest. Now if we want a little bit more of a challenge, we can lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Back still stays imprinted. Use that breath. 2 more exercises after this, and then we're done. You got it. So strong, everyone. Hang in there. We're almost there. Reach it long with that leg. Take your mind off of it. Reach long. See if you can touch something, maybe out in front of you. As if you're reaching with that toe. Bring that head, neck, and shoulders up, maybe 1/4 of an inch more. All right, we're going into our dead bug in 3, 2, 1. Arms go up, knees are in tabletop. Opposite leg, opposite arm. So now the abs are probably really tired. You gotta push those abs down. So maybe the leg and arm can't go nearly as far as they were going before. Totally fine. You wanna do this exercise right, as opposed to trying to get it all the way down, where you're just gonna be hurting that back. You'll feel it, and it's not good. So let's keep it flat on that mat. 20 more seconds, and then we're gonna come up into that teaser. Remember, the teaser is your journey. We're getting stronger every week, and so choose which position you want. Maybe start out with a more challenging position, and then if you need to modify, just go ahead and do that. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bring ourselves up into that teaser. We lift, we're slightly off those sits bones, okay? Bring those shoulders back. Lift through the core, pull the belly button in. So maybe you wanna hold on. Maybe you want those legs separated. Whatever you wanna do, it's your journey. And we can go ahead and let go if we want. Find your breath, lift up. You can do this. 30 more seconds, and then you're done. It's 30 seconds. Think about how many things we do during the day. Just hanging out for 30 seconds, surfing TV, scrolling through our Instagram. 20 more seconds, we've got it. I know it's hard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lie back. Woo, take those arms long. Take those legs long. Stretch out that core. You did it. 20 minutes of abs. Not easy. All right, so let's go ahead and point and flex those feet. Just get that flexion back in those feet and then rotate them around. We're just letting the legs extend, letting the heart rate come down, letting the core stretch. Now rotate them in the opposite direction. Good. And then go ahead and just set those feet center. Maybe flex those feet just a little bit. And then let's go ahead and snow angel those arms down. So if you snow angel your arms up and you feel like your fingertips have to come off the ground, then your range or your mobility in your shoulders is a little tight. So see if you can keep those fingers in contact with the ground as you snow angel them. Also, if you feel your back arch up and your rib cage splay, then you're also kind of struggling just a little bit with that mobility in the shoulders, and it just takes time. On your next one, just go ahead and stop out at your T position. Good. We're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest, grab it with the left hand, keep the right shoulder down, and then pull it across the body. That right hip will come up. Keep that left hip down, keep that right shoulder down, and just stretch out the core, stretch out the spine. Then go ahead, come back to center. Let's take that right leg long. Let's bring the left knee in. Grab it with the right hand. Keep the left arm down. Bring it across the body. Feel that rotation in the spine and the core. And then go ahead and bring it back. Let's bend both knees. We did this earlier. Take those arms out to a T. I want you to go ahead and lower the legs over to the left side. Let those knees just fall towards your mat. If you need a little bit more pressure, you can lift up that outside leg and just set it on that other knee and let the shoulders stay down. You're going to feel a big rotation through the core here. Go ahead and set that leg back down. Let's lower those legs over to the right side. You can lift up that right leg, place the foot on the left knee, just for a little gentle assistance to help it down towards the mat. Feel the rotation through the core and the spine. Keep the shoulders down. Good, then take that leg down. Let's come over onto all fours. So a 4-point kneeling position. We're gonna make sure that our knees are right underneath our hips. Here, let me turn this way a little bit so you can see a little bit better there. Knees are right underneath hips. Hands are right underneath shoulders. And then try not to sink into those arms, but lift yourself out. That's gonna dome up your shoulder bridge, pulling your shoulder blades out so that they're not sagging into each other. Then flatten that back, pull that belly in. Take a huge inhale through your nose, really filling up your lungs. And then on your exhale, I want you to scoop everything up. The hips come forward, the back rounds up, the head comes down, the gaze goes towards the thighs. And then on your next inhale, press the hips back, lower the belly, lift the chest, lift the head and neck. And then exhale it all out, round it back up. This is our cat-cow stretch. Inhale, extend it out. Good, so you're getting that flowing motion. If you want to rock it back and forward for a little bit more of a back stretch, you absolutely can do that. Or if you just want to sway the hips right and left for a little side flexion, go ahead and do that. Good. And then just come back to center. I want you to curl those toes under. Just walk your hands back. Shift the weight so the knees come up and the weight goes over your feet. Go ahead and lift those hips up towards the ceiling. You're in your fold over here. Just hang heavy here. Let the head hang heavy. So the crown of the head, not the forehead, but the crown of the head is looking towards your mat. Good. Let the back of the legs just extend and stretch. And then let's take a big inhale and reset that spine. So take that inhale. And then exhale as you reset that spine. You're placing each vertebrae up against that imaginary wall behind you, one at a time. Stacking that spine, this time with length and space in between those vertebrae. Roll those shoulders up, roll that head up. Excellent. Let's take a big inhale here. Grab that left wrist with the right hand and then just side bend over, keeping those arms right next to your ears here, as if you're between two panes of glass. Come on up, switch out those hands, and then side bend over to the other side. Good. Take a big inhale, cactus those arms out, stretch out the throat, the neck, the shoulders, and the core. And then reach it up and blow it all out. Great job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for 20-Minute Abs Express. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and please watch the other videos that are available. I hope to see you again soon.